Okay, right to the side sex. Leave the fire and the roof style stuck. I'm on the grind like we're chasing the stars. From Millmore to Do Valley, we've come so far. Talk about legends, yeah, we know the score. Ronnie and Bobby, we remember you more. From the highs of the Wembley fight to losing our trousers, still we ignite. Red and white with the pride, we're never gonna bow. Fighting like middlemen, hear the roar now. We're middlemen, we stand up tall. Through ups and downs, we give it all. From Millmore to Do Valley.
Good evening and welcome to Terrace Talk. I'm King Bush, your host this evening. Tonight we've got Bez,
Good evening,
and John. So we're going to talk a victory, 2-1 victory over Port Vale. It's a good start to the season. Bez, how do you feel the game went? You was at the game, so tell us your thoughts.
Mixed emotions for me. As I kind of said on my, my report after the game. Obviously, as everyone's kind of agreed to, first off, Rotherham were good. I don't think they were excellent. I just think they were good. They deserved to probably leading by 2 goals and possibly should have been leading by more. Obviously, the red card actually turned the game on its head and it seemed to give Port Vale confidence. As you said in your post-match, Lee, I think Darren Moore is a very experienced manager, a very good manager, and the change he made at half time in terms of the tactics, the shape, and the personnel, that seemed to work wonders for them. And I think in the end, we were extremely lucky to come away with a win. But as you said, a win's a win. It's first 3 points on board, so got to be at least slightly happy.
Super. And Adam, you were there as well. What were your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, I mean, a lot what Dave just said. I thought first half we weren't excellent. We were very good. I thought the starting lineup, some great passing, moving. I thought Dango were absolutely fantastic in that little number 10 spot. Obviously, Ndombe, they couldn't handle him. And I just think, I think going forward, the second half, when obviously the subs came on, that's what happened to the game. I think, like Dave said, the sending off as well, it kind of, we lost momentum, even though, because I went to someone at half time before I met Dave. And I said to him, we're going to win 6-0 here. It looked that easy. They weren't threatening Dawson. It just looked so easy and flowing. Rafferty, fantastic. Kelly, he were doing some nice little passes. Hugill were linking up well. And they couldn't handle us at first half. But second half, obviously, everything changed. And we were lucky to get a win. Because I thought when they hit post and they were coming at us, scored at 10 men. And I know Jules and Dawson for the first goal, I don't know what they were doing, passing to each other. That's what Jules got his first yellow card for. So
we've got some comments. Tess Riggs, he's tuned in, listening to us. Rotherham Gaming, Nick, up the Millers. Good question from Joshua. Why do we always sit back when we have a lead? I think that's very Paul Warne-esque for me. We used to do that under Paul Warne. I think it's just something that's in the DNA of that sort of coaching, I think, to be honest with you. It's quite frustrating, but I think we'll have to get used to that.
I think you still got to give Port Vale credit, to be fair, because I don't think it was the fact that Rotherham kind of dropped depth or, tried to defend the lead. I just think Port Vale just got the tactics and the personnel completely correct in the second half. I think Rotherham, they did try and get up the pitch, and I think they were trying to press, but it just wasn't working second half. And I do think some of the subs that we made as well, they seem to hinder us a little bit. So, for example, I know we're going to come to the new signings or what have you. I thought we took Hugill off and brought Atete on. Obviously, Atete, he he's not played much football, and it looked to me like he was quite unfit. Obviously, we've got to give him a chance. But I thought the ball wasn't being held up as well when he came on and Hugill had gone off.
Exactly right. Because I'm thinking, why did we bring so many subs on? Are we so unfit? Because if you look at Port Vale, they didn't bring that many subs on, and we're bringing, like, second half, literally, 6 subs we brought on. Obviously, Teke, he wasn't fit, you could tell, and he'd literally signed the day before, he'd not trained, and he'd come on at 80 minutes. You could tell his touch were a bit off. But obviously, Dango went off, and he were, maybe because of his yellow card, but we made so many subs in that second half. We did lose momentum. I'm thinking, oh dear, it's going to be 2-2 when they posted 3. We had a 2-0 lead. I think if it 1-0 lead, could have lost it.
Yeah, true. Joshua also giving their time, but why didn't TT stay forward? And why do we keep doing mannequin defending? True.
Yeah, because Tete, he was, although he was a striker, I found that he was on the left-hand side quite a lot.
He was.
I think it's probably because when we lost Jules, I think that probably messed up the formation a little bit. And Tete, to fair to him, I think he was just working hard trying to get back. And if the ball was on the left-hand side of the pitch, he was just trying to work hard to get to that side of the pitch. I don't think there was anything in it where he wasn't staying up front. He was just trying to help, the back line out. But that's how I see it anyway.
We will discuss him later on in the show, because we are going to go through people's tweets, and that was one of them. So we will go through that. John, is your internet back on? Can you hear us?
No, I can hear you. I haven't got a clue what's going on.
Yeah, we can hear you fine now. So just give us your take on the game. Obviously, just do it best you can.
Well, obviously, you've seen my post-match review analysis. I think I don't know what you lads have said about the 2-1 result, but obviously half-time, definitely there was a shift in tactics from Port Vale. I think, and I said it to yourself, Lee, the guy sat next to me said it'll be interesting to see how Matty approaches the second half as an extra man. It'll determine how he wants to play football. If we go and put 4 or 5 past them, it'll show the tenacity that Rotherham United want, or where we sit back. And I think we definitely took a lot of pressure that second half. So for me, 2-1, I think, and very, very lucky to. I think they deserved a point. They hit the woodwork in the last few minutes, I believe.
Yeah,
and they've skied it over the bar. So I think if we're realistic fans, which we ought to be, 2-1 was very lucky.
Yeah, I mean, I'm usually classed as the negative one, but I was absolutely over the moon with the first half performance. I think we played some fantastic football. We moved it about well. The press was so good. They couldn't deal with it. They could not deal with Rotherham. And if we'd have gone in 5 or 6 at half time, they could have had no complaints. But my issue was after half time, and that's where you get a good manager. When he goes in there, he reads in the right act, changes the formation, changes the personnel, and it actually works. And after the break, we couldn't deal with Port Vale. And if we'd have been drawing or losing that game again, we couldn't have complained, because I think, we just switched off that second half. And I think, like Adam was saying, I think we made too many changes. It got us out of his rhythm. There were players that are not up to speed, which is a concern, because obviously a lot of these players have not had a full pre-season. That's the problem. And we've signed a couple of players that have got questionable injury records. Can they play full 90 minutes regular? Benson, I'm not sure. Dango, I'm not sure. Kelly, definitely he can't. We know that from last season. So there is concerns there that we are going to have to make changes during games. Now, it just didn't work this week. So it's we got away with one. We've got to be happy. We take the win and we move on. For me,
I think you've got to give a lot of praise to Darren Moore for changing the tactics the way he did, because he nullified. You could see midfield, and then the wing backs were so isolated second half, and you would have thought Rotherham were down to 10 men the way they came out playing.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
What are you for? So, like, Rotherham traditionally, they've always played like with a 4-back, and I know when they won, it did go to a 3-back at some point. So, what do you think to this formation, like the 3-5-2? Do you think it's going to work?
No, I think teams will quickly exploit it quickly.
Okay, that's concerning.
Yeah, well, I suppose it's trial and error, isn't it? See what happens.
I think it works to a certain extent, but you have to have a plan B. And for me, at the weekend, we didn't have a plan B. They did, and we luckily held on. You've got to have a plan B. So if in any football team, you can't just stick to one formation and just blow away teams unless you're really good at it. And I don't think we're quite really good at it. And I think we are going to see games where we get took apart, and we'll see games where we take people apart. But we've got to learn different formations. We can't just play. We can't just stick to that one formation. So on to the next bit. We asked the fans to rate the players from the weekend. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around you individually, ask to give your player rating for that player. And then what I'll do is I'll give you what the fans rated it and see if we're on track or not. So I'll start with John. Cam Dawson. And you can give him a rating and a bit.
I think I'd give him a 3. He had very little to do. So on the headers were quite straightforward. I would have liked to have seen him command his box a bit more. Some of the corners towards the end, he was a bit like, but yeah, 3 for me.
3. Adam?
Yeah, I'll give him a 4. Exactly the same.
God, you lot are harsh, man, tonight.
I think they're both really harsh. Yeah.
You did nothing. What do you mean harsh?
Yeah, you've got to. So obviously it's out of 10, and I would say that an average score. So every player starts at probably a 5 or a 6, and
it's out of 5.
In order to get lower than that, he'd have to make mistakes, and I don't think he made a mistake, did he?
It was out of 5. It was out of 5. No, it was out of 5.
Oh,
no, we're doing it out of 10.
Oh, well, then it would change then. Sorry, I thought you meant the poll you did online.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah, it only let you do 5 on that, which I'm going to try and change.
What's that?
It is out of 10, 1 to 10.
So then it would change to a 5 then, yeah.
Right.
5.
Okay. I was going to say, that was...
Yeah, well, I'll give him a 6 then. Just
apologies. Yeah, apologies.
6.
He never had any major saves to save. But I think him and Jules, what they were doing for Jules' yellow card, I'm not sure what happened. They were messing about. He could have been more commanding in the box. But yeah, I would say a 6. 6 for me.
So the fans voted 6, and we have got people in the comments. So Josh Caswell was 6. Rotherham Gaming a 5. John Fellows a 6. So obviously the fans did vote 6. I would have given him 6 as well. I don't think he did anything particularly wrong. I think sometimes people are voting it on, do they like Cameron Dawson or not? And I don't think he's the highest sort of popular person at the club. But I think he's a steady League One keeper. I don't think he's not the best in the league, but he's not the worst in the league. You know what I mean?
Considering Port Vale, we've all agreed that Port Vale dominated the second half, which they did. But I don't remember Dawson actually making a save. I mean, I'm sure he did, but I don't remember him making like a...
there was a couple of headers.
Yes, headers. Straight at him.
It was straight at him. It didn't
That's what
really...
I mean. So he weren't diving for anything. I mean, obviously they hit the
post. He had no chance with either.
Exactly, yeah. I'm going to go with 6 as well then. That's nice.
So I think the fans were right. I think the fans got it spot on with the vote. I think 6 would be sort of what we're going to go with. Joe Rafferty. Now, I thought he had a really good game. I mean, that cross, if David Beckham would have done that cross, would have been seeing it on Sky News for the next 6 months. It was a peach of a ball. I thought it was excellent, to be honest. What were you scoring in, Bez? We'll start with you for this one.
Yeah, so because of the assist, I'm actually going to give him an 8. Again, I agree. I thought he looked composed. He's a good leader. He's going to be a very good captain. I don't think it was his error for the goal. I think it was just Rotherham generally defensively forced like a full setup for their goal. So yeah, because he got the assist, and it wasn't just an assist, it was like a 40-yard cross, and it was too perfect. So yeah, an 8 for me.
Super. John, what about you?
It'd be a 9 for me. Standout,
9?
one of the standout performances. You could tell he's one of the older heads in the group. You know, the leadership towards the tail end of the game really shone through. The assist, well, like you say, if it were Trent Arnold or Reece James or whoever else, it would have been talked about Sky News for creaming their pants for about 6 months. So yeah, solid 9.
Yeah. Adam?
Yeah, I think an 8 as well. Again, I looked at the highlights today. Could he have been a bit more across for their goal, or was it the right wing back that should have been there?
Yeah, we got a comment from Joshua as well. He said actually it would give him 7 due to the goal. He could have done better for the goal.
I think they could have all done better. I don't think we could blame one person for that goal, if I'm honest.
Rotherham Gaming have also given us 7. Josh Smith, the replay for their goal, which Bale's Twitter posted, the cross actually deflected off Jules straight into their player. About some Jules' look performance recently. Yeah, we'll get on to Jules next. But yeah, so what was you saying, Adam? A 7?
No, I said an 8.
An 8.
When I looked at the replays about an hour ago, should he be more across, or should it be in the right wing back? But I think, all in all, an 8. The cross was fantastic. Some good tackles, some good clearance plays. So yeah, an 8 for me.
Yeah, I would have gone with an 8 as well, just purely for the assist. And I feel how he got up and down. I thought he was quite aggressive and quite on the front foot. The fans voted him as a 7. So we're not a million miles away there.
I feel that's a bit harsh.
I don't do the voting. It's so next up is the young centre back from Celtic. I can't pronounce his name, so if someone wants to pronounce
Martha.
it.
No, that's not it. No.
Lenny.
That's what the other station we're calling him Lenny, so we should do the same.
Okay, Lenny Henry. So I thought for an 18-year-old, that's
20.
some performance.
20.
Is he 20?
Yeah.
Oh, it wasn't that good then, if he's 20. Yeah. I think, he's not played in, I don't believe he's played in English football. He's played in Scottish.
Yeah.
I think for me, he was colossal. I don't think he lost an header. Maybe one header he lost in the second half. But other than that, he was putting his body on the line. I noticed him and Jules, though, didn't seem to get on. There was quite at each other throughout the game before Jules got sent off. I think Jules were giving him a bit of stick, but I thought it was an excellent. I would have given him an 8. What would you have given him, John?
Same. I think any higher, it would be what's the word? A disservice. I think he's got a lot of learning to do. I think you were talking about the incident where they had a clash of heads, so that kind of upset Jules. And then obviously he the yellow card. I think but that's going to take time to gel. But like you said, one header he missed, and apparently in the Sheffield United game, he even was aerial better than Kiefer Moore. So is Adam just in his underwear?
I've just seen his pants, mate.
For fuck's sake!
I hope there's no youngsters watching this evening, and I got an eyeful there. But anyway, Joshua was ball watching slightly. Well, I've just been ball watching, I think. Yeah, strange one that. 8.5 from Joshua and 8 from Rotherham Gaming. So the fans gave him an 8. So I think that's pretty fair. On to Zach Jules. Bez, talk to me about that red card in his performance.
Well, obviously the red card was just silly. I don't think no one knows why he was booked originally. Was it the keeper error? Was it him? I don't really know. Why they were time wasting in the first place, I don't really know. Or were they treated a bit harshly? I mean, I don't remember. I don't remember the goal kick taking that long to be took. I don't know if the referees he's again start of a new season. Referees always tend to be a bit harsh, don't they, on players' time wasting, especially at the start. So I think he's been unlucky there in terms of that looking. But then, the second looking was stupid. The kid's away. He just dragged him back. He's not even anywhere near goal. I think he's on halfway line. So I don't know why he's done it. And because of the red, it does obviously affect his rating. So I'm probably going to give him a 4 because he could have cost us the game. So I'm going to do a 4.
Rotherham Gaming is with you with a 4 as well. He's give him a 4. Joshua's give him a 5. 5 at best, can't clear the ball, and the red grade aim up it. What about you, John? What are you going to give him a 4, or do you think
it's gonna be worse than a 4? It's gonna be a 2, I'm afraid.
Really? 2?
Yeah, you have got no. I'm sorry, you've got no excuse. Time wasting, pissing about. I said this in my post-match review. Him and Dawson should be ashamed of themselves and pissing about. Go long, go short. Fucking sort yourselves out, lads. The yellow card, time wasting, needless. The red card, needless. And I think he could have done better helping the new Celtic lad. So for me, 2.
2. Adam.
Yeah.
People have been having a look at your balls, mate, when you walked up. It's in your pants. We've just had some comments. I thought this was a family show from Poppy. And again, the fact Adam is clueless to what just happened, it's too funny.
It is a family. Yeah, that's where your family comes from. Yeah.
Yeah, go on. Sorry, look, we're getting sidetracked here. Yeah, go on, Adam. Fire away, mate.
Sorry. It was, I think, a 4.
4.
Yeah, he didn't help the new lads out, and the sending off. When he pulled him back, he should know better. Obviously, yeah, it's a 4 for me.
The fans scored him a 4 as well, that's where I was at with that as well. A 4. I mean,
Poppy's just asked who's rattled. Nobody. The internet. The internet.
Oh, yeah, he's been having internet issues tonight, as John, and he's been panicking. He's ringing me. He's just not coming on.
It's not working.
He's here. But he is a bit flustered, especially after seeing Adam's tackle. Kind of
I thought I might do a Face ID quickly,
Yeah. I wonder if anybody's put the Face ID in to see Adam's tackle tonight.
Anyway.
So the man that gets a lot of stick up next, Kelly. Now, I thought Kelly was fantastic. I thought he run the show in the first half. In that anchor role, I thought he dictated the play. His quality were there to see, and to me, it reminds me of when Rotherham fans used to not like Kevin Watson, who were a fantastic player, but for some reason, Rotherham fans had something against him. But for me, Kelly, he can be key for us this season. So, Adam, I'll go with you this time.
Kelly. I'll go 7. Yeah, I think first half, can't remember him losing a ball. He got the ball. He was always looking for it. Pass, move, pass. He's an older head. And obviously people are looking at him. He did well. First half, yeah, fantastic. Obviously, that's why he's a little older. He got tired. But yeah, I think a 7 is about right for Kelly.
Bez?
Yeah, I agree with Adam. 7 for me. I think he's, as you said, Lee, I think first half he pretty much ran the midfield. As I said last week, if you remember, he tries to get involved in almost all aspects of the build-up and play, and he was doing that in the first half. Second half, again, not really his fault, but I think the whole team struggled, and obviously he struggled with it. I mean, he's 35 or 36, so maybe we are expecting too much of him if we expect him to dominate a full 90 minutes. So yeah, 7 for me.
John?
I've gone 7. I know, shock horror, 7.
7.
I've
The
been
fans
nice.
went with 7 as well, so I think we're all on the same sort of path. However, Rotherham Gaming said 7 as well. Joshua went 10.
10?
What?
10. I wouldn't have gone that far, but
What I would say quickly about Kelly is obviously last year we saw glimpses of the injury history, so it would be. I think we need to keep him fit for that role, the CDM role. We need to keep him fit, definitely.
Josh Smith's Kelly 7.5, kept it simple and did everything he did. Probably should have gone off 10 minutes before he did on to their goal.
Yeah,
and I think that's
agree with that.
With him, isn't it? I think we are going to have to manage his minutes. I don't think he's on the. And I think the good thing about this season, what I believe Hamshaw's done well, is he's actually brought legs around him.
Yeah.
So we've got a very young, energetic midfield that can take a lot of the work rate, and he can just sit there and spray it around. And I think that's where we will see the best of Kelly this season. I think he will be a big player for us if we are going to have a good season.
Yeah, because I think the signing of Spence was to obviously when Kelly would rotate. Obviously, Spence is injured.
Yeah. On to the next one, Joe Powell. I will start with John for this one. Joe Powell.
8.
8.
Yep. Again, everything went through him. He was very good. I think at times he went a little bit missing, but only because, and we'll move on to Gore, shone so well. And that's my only reason for that.
Adam?
Yeah, I'll give Joe an 8 as well. I think when he got the ball, he was always looking at players, looking through balls. I mean, I think he's probably Rotherham's top player behind Nombe. But I think absolutely fantastic for the first game, for what he had in front of him, and obviously the new players. Yeah, I think an 8.
Yeah.
Bez?
I'm going to give him a 7. I still, you got to remember that the second half performance from the team wasn't very good. So I think giving 8 is quite generous to these players. So for me, I'm going to give a 7. Like, again, I agree with you all. First half, you're excellent. He tried to get involved. He was his crossing was good. His corners were good. In fact, we scored from one of the corners. And again, second half, our midfield were overrun. So to me, you can't really be giving him more than 7. So I'm going 7.
I'm going to go an 8. I think he was that first half, and even in the second half, he never stopped running. He never stopped running. He's got such an engine on him, and his ball skill on the ball, he very rarely loses the ball. His delivery is good. I think, to be honest, we need to be sitting him down now and getting him tied down to a long-term contract.
Yeah.
Because otherwise we are going to lose him, because he has got the ability to be one of the best players in this division for me, as Joe Powell. I think he can be hit and miss. Young players are. But I think he's got everything you need to be a championship midfielder. I think he can play in the championship for me. And I think we've got to kind of build a team around players like him. So for me, I'd sooner spend a little bit of money and get him tied down to a long-term deal.
Yeah.
The fans voted him an 8 as well. So I think a lot of people sort of agree with what were on the sentiments of an 8. Rotherham Gaming said 7. Joshua's loving it. He's on fire.
He's getting a 10 to all players.
Great corners, a lot better. Dictated tempo, great link up with James. 10. He's 10 everybody tonight with 1. So yeah, Joshua's loving it. Tony Wood, Powell did well, but his first touch was a tad off. Expected first game, but a solid 8. So I think we're all on the same sort of track. He's had a good game. I know he got a lot of stick last season for some of his corners and stuff, but you do get that with young players. It was his first season. He'd come from a nobody team in Burton. So obviously to a big club like us, you know, it's a bit of a step up for the lad. So on to next. What one player that I'm so happy we've got, and I think he's going to be the best player in League One by a country mile this season if he stays fit, and that's Dango. What are we scoring him, John?
9.5.
9.5.
I mean, when he went off, we lost everything. Attacking creativity was not available. That man ran the show. And there's only one player, which we'll move on to, has got a higher score for the reasons. But Dango, phenomenal. And it was funny to see the Vale fans giving him the stick. But he showed them his quality Saturday, sorry. He really did.
Super. Bez?
I'm going to shock you. I'm going to give him a 6.
Oh,
and I'll
no, Bez, what are you doing to me?
We were the same game.
I want to start by reminding you all that the second half performance was really poor from the whole team. You can't be giving 9s and 8s in this. If you think that performance from the team was an average of an 8, then we're in trouble, in my view. The reason he gets a 6 is because I thought, again, first off, he was good. He was quite busy. He was trying to get on the ball. He was trying to create. But I felt that out of the 3 midfielders, so him, Kelly, and Gerald Powell, I actually felt he had less of a kind of impression going forward. And if you look at his performance against Peterborough last game of the season, that were miles better than it were on Saturday. So his scope is a lot higher than the rest of the team. So I expect higher. So again, I agree with you, Lee. I think he's one of the best players in the division. And because he's that, he needs to be doing a lot better to get a score of 8 or 9, in my opinion. And that's why. And I do agree with what you said, John, about when he came off, that's when we kind of lost our way a little bit. But we did make, I think we made 2 subs at the same time. So it wasn't just him going off. It was whoever the other sub was as well. So yeah, I'm not, I can't, if that's worth a 9, then he's not got much improvement, and that scares me.
He's got loads. He's got loads.
Well, how can he improve? You can't improve by getting a 10.
Exactly.
Right.
What about you, Adam?
Yeah, I'm going to give him 8.5. I think first half he was fantastic. Touches. You can see he's come from Man United Academy. Just the way he conducts himself. He knows. He can see the next ball before he's even got the ball. He knows where to pass it. I thought they were, first half great. Obviously, he's not had a full pre-season with us. He's probably been training with Man United under 21s, a few games here and there. They might have started later. I think if he did have a full pre-season with us, he'd have lasted the full game.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think 8.5 is good. You can see his class. I saw his first touch were better than probably anyone on Saturday.
On to the comments. Joshua 9 if he had the assist for Hugill. Tony Wood, goal was a 9 for the first half, but a 7 for the second, similar to what Bez was saying.
Yeah, I think he's just tired second half, that's why.
Bez is sat looking like Alan Sugar tonight. He's coming with the hard scores, waiting for him to say someone needs firing.
I still can't get over it. Like we all agree that the first half was good. Like some say good, some say excellent, and we've all agreed that the second half was really poor. So I honestly can't, for life for me, understand why we're giving 8s and 9 scores. It just doesn't make sense to me.
The fans give him a 7, which I would have probably given him a 7. Like I said,
have you seen on it? So on Flash Scores, they now give ratings. Obviously, it's not 100% accurate, but if you have a look, and I've only just looked now myself, Gore's got the lowest rating of the midfields for Rotherham.
Yeah, the thing is, it's because he's a Man United player as well, and it sometimes things like that get overskewed. But you know, you tell them, Bez. Yeah, he's going to fire us at some point, I think. So this was a player that I was surprised at the score that he got. That's what I'm going to say. I'm not going to reveal the score at the minute, but I was surprised at what the fans rated it at. So I'll start with Bez because he's been the harshest tonight. Dan James. What did you rate Dan James?
Reece James.
Reece James.
I actually thought Reece James was excellent. He was actually one of my better performing players for the full 90 minutes. Even when Rotherham were under the cosh in the second half, I thought he defended really well, to be honest. And obviously the goal was scored from the other side of the pitch. I know it came from his side, but it was scored from the other side of the pitch. I'd give him an 8, actually, Reece James.
We can't be giving 8. Oh, no.
Not after that second half performance, Ben. Surely you can't give him an 8.
I don't accept Reece James. Reece James is an average footballer, so I know that's probably as good as he can give. Dan Gore, he can play for Man United one day. There's a big difference.
True. Adam?
I'll give him a 7.5. I thought, he's
loving these 0.5s tonight.
0.5.
I just see what he can do, what he has done, and what he did on Saturday. It was an improvement. I didn't used to rate Reece James. Didn't used to rate him at all. Used to like Conor Bramall in there, but obviously he's gone. So I think 8.5. Did what he needed to do. Good passing, run up and down the wing. Cause obviously it's a new position for him because we used to do a 4. Now he's a wing back. So for him to come into that position, I think he did really well, and there's only improvement. So
I'll just go through some comments quickly. Joshua Caswell is 7. Josh Smith, James was an 8 for me. I thought he was solid, contender for man of the match, set the tone in the first half with a big tackle in a 50-50. I do agree that was a
it was
fantastic challenge, that was. Poppy Dan James told you Bush is a secret Leeds fan. Our players on his mind. I'm a secret Leeds fan and a secret Wednesday fan. I don't know. Reece actually stopped a cross at 2, so he gets a 7.5 from Tony Wood. Yes, Bez, the Lucozade Sport Orange is better, though.
What? Sorry, John.
What did you rate James at, John?
7.
7.
Yeah. But we got to remember, lads, we can't be giving 8.5 second half performance, lads. It's too early in season.
I would have given him a 7. So what do you think the fans would have given him? Bearing in mind, he did have a lot of people didn't like him. He come from Sheffield Wednesday.
Really?
So that goes
probably 6, maybe.
I think 6.
Yeah.
He got an 8.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what surprised me.
It's all his alter counts. You've put 8.
Yeah. Yeah, he's done well, James, there for an 8. But
wow.
On to the next player. Now, this was the player that I looked at and I thought, soon as I watched the first half, I thought, boy, we've got a player here. Denzel Hall. Denzel Washington. Adam, what was his score for you?
I'll go for an 8 as well. New team, he's not played with us before. I think for what he did, good tackles. I think he did a good tackle to assisting Eric Twig, and he did a great tackle. Absolutely fantastic. So I think an 8. He did what he needed to do. I think there's a lot more to come from this lad. I really, really think we've got a great sign on our hands here. For what we obviously it's undisclosed what we paid for him, but I think absolutely fantastic for his first game.
I can't believe how quick he is. He's rapid as well.
Yeah,
absolutely rapid. And I think for his first game an 8, and he's only going to get better.
Bez.
Yeah, just a 7. It's 7.
What did you give him?
Yeah, just a 7. I thought I agree with a lot of what Adam said. Obviously, he looks quite quick. He does look like an actual wing back as well. Like, it's very rare that when we've played this formation, we actually have wing backs. It's normally a right back who's trying to play wing back, and this lad is a wing back. The only reason he probably gets lower than James is because I just felt that James looked better defensively in that second half. And I think that Hall was, and he'll learn this with age. He was probably out of position a couple of times. But apart from that, I'm impressed with him. Yes, 7.
Just go through a few comments. 8.5 from Josh. Man of the match. Would have got a 9 had his shot flown in the top corner. 7.5 for the first half, 6.5 for the second from Joshua. Tony really liked what Hull brought and sticks to the wing like a magnet. A strong 8, hopefully a sign of what's to come. Not forgetting Hull's 50-yard recovery run in the first half made some serious ground to get back.
Yes.
And that's why I gave him an 8 personally. John, what was your...
Me and my co-host this evening, Mr. Bez, will agree for one score. It was a 7 for me.
Did I come to you, Adam?
Yeah.
Where's you in score? Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
7. Like I said, it's very good talent. First game in England, quality. I think we've all just mentioned he got back rapidly to stop a counter attack, so that's good to see.
He looks aggressive as well. If I'm a winger, which Adam will tell you I used to be, I won't want to play against him because he's going to kick me. I know he's going to kick me every time. He's not, and you're not beating him for pace. So you've got to beat him, and then you've got to try and beat him again because he's not going to go away, is he? He's going to be like a little finger. Yeah, and he's quite a big fella, really.
He's a unit. I didn't when I first saw him and training. I'm thinking, bloody hell, he's huge.
Yeah,
he's a good 6'4".
I won't fancy him marking me, that's for sure. I wouldn't fancy meeting him down a dark alley either on a Friday night. That's another thing. So on to the 2-goal hero, Sam Nombe. John, I'll start with you. What did you rate Sam Nombe at?
I'm gonna upset some of the colleagues in the room this evening. He's got a solid 10 for me. Solid player. 10. 2 goals, created chances in the box, creating mischief. Went down. I believe he went down injured. Came off. We lost everything.
Yeah.
You can't not give him a 10. But second half,
Bez, can you give him a 10? Can you
no,
yourself doing it?
He'll get a 9. He gets a 9.
Come on.
He had his 2 chances and he scored both goals, which were good. I don't really remember him getting that much involved in the play apart from that. It was literally like he was Adam Fondre, just scored his 2 goals. I do agree that when he got brought off, again, you can't keep saying when Go got brought off, it changed the game, and then him as well. It can only be one or the other. It can't be everyone. So when he did get brought off, Nombe, we did seem to, again, fall back a little bit. We did miss his running. So obviously, what I think one of Nombe's strengths is running into the channels and chasing lost causes. So I did think we missed that when he went off. But yeah, I'll give him a 9. 2 goals. Can't ask for much more than that.
Rotherham Gaming, give him a 9 also. Joshua, anything less than 10 is criminal.
Do we know? Do we know how long he's injured for? Do we know of an update about his injury? Anyone?
No, I don't think there's been an update that's been posted yet, which is a bit concerning because if he is out, it's going to be a concern. Bob, dude, here to watch, here to support, but know nothing about Rotherham. Just enjoy these podcasts every time. Keep up the good work, everyone. Thank you, Bob, dude.
Cheers,
Tony Wood, 9. If you ask 9, all you'd ask from a centre forward.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Should be back by Burton, Joshua.
Okay.
So hopefully.
What's that? 2 weekends?
Stevenage this week, and then
Stevenage, Burton. So the week after. Yikes! That's a big miss for Stevenage.
Yeah, huge it will be. Adam.
I'll give him a 9. I think exactly what you want from a centre forward. Last season, he was playing out on right wing. He did make the runs. I thought he was my best player, one of my best players last year. New position for him, isn't it? He's not played in a centre forward role for us, what I can remember, maybe when he first arrived. But I think, 9, did what he had to do, scored the 2 goals, caused them havoc. Cam Humphries were all over the show. I'll give Cam Humphries a 5, by the way.
Who?
Cam Humphries.
Yeah, he was running around like a lost sheep, he was, wasn't he?
Exactly, and he didn't know where to go. He had Dombe on him, so I think a 9 for me.
I mean, I don't know that we just said there about the role is actually a great point. So Nombe has played as a striker for Rotherham. I know some managers played him like right wing, and when the Chelsea was playing right wing as well. Yeah. But I noticed that even though he's playing as a striker, his role as a striker was different. Like, I was talking earlier about he's good at making his runs down the channel and chasing lost balls. Actually, now think about it, I don't think he did that as much. I think you'll find if you saw his you see like the players' position pattern. I think it was more central than you think.
Well, first half, because I sit obviously where I sit, it's where we were attacking, and I didn't see that. And that's why I thought what he did from his new position, I thought it was fantastic. So, it's a 9 for me.
What I would add about Nombe, it'll be interesting. Obviously, last year he was mainly partnered with Wilkes, wasn't he? So it's going to be interesting to see the relationship he will have with Hugill, because it's two very different types of players. So we'll see.
I want one of you to sing this out, Joshua's comment.
Sing it?
Who's going to put their hands up to sing this
Go on,
out?
John. Go on,
No.
John.
Go on, John.
John.
Just because I sing doesn't mean I'm going to sing it. No.
Sing it.
So
I'm going to put it up.
I'm definitely not singing that. I'll leave that one for you, Joshua.
True, no, Joshua. It's very true.
Just on that, do you think that Agner, because the Lenny Agner, he does remind me a little bit of Cameron Humphries. Do you agree with that?
Cam who?
I think a little bit, because he's very laid back.
Yeah.
You stick 50p in the meter, Bez, your electric's gone out.
Yeah, lights have gone off,
yeah. He's very cultured. He's very laid back, and he's very comfortable on the ball. So I can see where you're getting that sort of comparison from. So on to the man that divides opinion, Jordan Hugill. And I'm going to let you guys go first, because you lot wind me up about Jordan Hugill.
God.
Right, so I'm going to let you guys
please.
And then I'm going to big him up.
Okay.
So what do you rate? I'm going to start with John, because I know you're one of his biggest critics.
Oh, huge.
So you like Kev, same, Kev Johnson. He forever moans to me about Jordan Hugill. And I tell you now, he's going to be a big player this season. But let me just go on to your scores, because I was shocked when I seen this, and I'm thinking, have people got it wrong? But I must have been watching something different. John, give me a score for Jordan Hugill, please.
5. Sorry. This is my reasons, right? There was a great opportunity. He was a peach of a ball to him. He's there dancing around like a fairy. He just lays it top corner, goal. I'd have given him 9 all night. No. What does Hugill do? Fluff it up, counter it. No. At least the only positive about Hugill, and it's a real shock. So actually, I'll go 6. He didn't throw himself on the floor at all. So I'll go 6. Once. 5.5 then.
Bez.
Well, obviously, I actually like him, like yourself, Lee. I actually don't think it was one of his better games. I thought he held the ball up well. Well, I expect Jordan Hugill to be holding the ball up well. Agree with John. Obviously, that one chance, he should have just had a shot. Maybe his confidence is quite low. I don't know why it would be low, because he's just had a good pre-season. So not sure why it would be low, but it possibly might be. Has he been told to maybe not shoot as much? I don't know. I'm in between 6 and 7. I'm going to go 6 because I think I expect more from Jordan. I just think, like, I agree with yourself, and I think he should be. He's a lower championship level player, so he should be lifted up at this level. So although he did okay, and again, I agree with John, he didn't. The fact he didn't throw himself on the floor was good, and his held up play was excellent. So I'll give him a 6 because I expect more from him. So 6.
Just go through a few more comments. Josh Agbear is 100 times better in the air than Humphries was. Much more physical. Yeah. Rotherham Gaming, Hugill, 10.5.
Mate, are you Hugill in disguise? Because, no way.
It's his brother. Joshua, 7.1 or 7.
What's with decimal? You've started something tonight, with decimal points. Flipping 7.1.
Josh, Hugill 7 for me, did very well. Wish he'd have hit it first time when Go played him in. Paul Davis digging him out on his ratings was embarrassing.
Did he?
Paul Davis just is embarrassing.
Yeah. If Paul Davis is giving him a lower rating, that means he must have done well because you haven't got a clue, Paul Davis.
Paul Davis, you know Paul Davis, he's the Uncle Knobhead, isn't he, at your family wedding? Everybody, you know that guy that you avoid at the wedding? Oh no, not him. Please don't let him near me. That's Paul Davis, mate. Can't stand the guy. The guy's a muppet. Anyway, moving on. Hugill was excellent. He fluffed the chance 3, but last year he wouldn't have even made it there. Won just about every header.
Yeah. See, I agree with that.
I agree. I would have scored him higher.
Go on,
Adam, please score him.
I'll go 6.85.
Fuck is this tonight? 6.85. Fucking hell.
I think one thing I noticed about Hugill, has anyone else noticed? It seems as though he's lost weight. He looked a lot slimmer than he normally does, and he moved. He seemed to move a lot more.
I don't know if you noticed. So every pre-season, Jordan, he'll toast in pre-season of all the fitness work he does. So I think when you first come back, he always looks like this, and then he ends up.
No, I don't think he did last year. I think he looked overweight last year.
But this
season.
Yeah, last year.
Okay.
Yeah, Saturday he definitely looked as though he's lost a bit. I think he got around the pitch more.
He's a lot fitter, 100%.
Yeah, that's exactly. I think it's positive that he looks a lot fitter. He did. I saw him. He went down once, which were easy. What I thought he shouldn't have done. But other than that, I think there is positives. I mean, I didn't rate Hugill last year. What I saw this year, I think it is positive, and I think obviously we end up missing next 2 games. Hugill's going to have to step up and be main man, because if he's playing with Eketi up front, or they're going to go one up front, I don't know.
They'll go one. They'll go one.
I think Go will play number 10.
Yeah, but I think it's a lot of positives from Hugill from last year. So
what I will say before you go on to your rating, Lee, and we've got a nice cup game Tuesday, and Hugill tends to turn up for these cup games. So Tuesday, when he scores 4 or 5 goals, I'll be singing his praises, right? So, but in the league, it's a bit. He needs to just a bit. He's a bit like Dawson, right? He's a confidence player. Score a goal, and I think he'll fly. I really do. Stay off the grass, and he'll be all right. As in falling over, not literally stay off the grass.
Yeah. Well, I would have scored him a 7. I mean, I wouldn't have scored him massively. I thought he held the ball up well. I thought he looked a lot more mobile than he did do last season. I agree with Adam. I think he's lost some weight, and I think he's focused on his fitness. And I think he's got a smile on his face again. He looks happy.
Yeah.
He looks like he wants to play. It looks like he wants to be at Rotherham, which I don't think he did previously. So I think he'll have a good season.
He didn't flag off any fans, did he?
What's that?
He didn't end up offering a fight to the fans.
No. So Hugill, the fans scored him a 6. So that's quite a bit disappointing. But I guess when you're a striker and you don't score, you don't get known for all the unnice stuff that he does. He won a lot of headers. He brought people into play. He held it up well. I think that's why Nombe had such a good game. On to the substitutes then. So Etite. Now, we've got to bear in mind, when you're doing your scoring, he only turned up 2 hours before the game. He's not trained with the players before. He reminded me of when we signed Alan Lee and he played when he was on loan and it didn't look like he could trap a bag of cement. But he turned out to be a good player for us. I don't think we can fully judge him on what we'd seen. So the score was quite low by the fans, but I'll give you your opportunity to give him what you give him. I'll start with Adam this time. I don't think I've started with you.
Yeah, obviously exactly right. He's never trained with players, that were obvious. And they brought him on, he seemed to be on left wing. And obviously that's probably new to him as well, if he's ever played left wing before. When he's I saw him when Cardiff came to Rotherham, and I thought, this guy's fantastic when he played, and when we played there, he scored against us. And his youth career, he's been at Tottenham, so he's no mug. He's not as though he's learnt his trade at nobody. Tottenham's one of the best youth academies around. So I think, it's new to him. I won't even rate him because I think it was unfair. Just because he's brand new, he did what he had.
No point.
I think I know a lot of Cardiff fans reading their Twitter, they were happy to get rid of him, but I think, to be honest, give him a few games, bit of confidence. He seemed to lack confidence. It's like well, he's not playing.
For me, this signing reminds me of, like I said, an Alan Lee and Michael Smith, where the fans say, "Oh, he's not that good." I think certain players gel at certain football clubs, and that sort of profile of player always seems to do well for us, where they've been written off with other clubs. You look down the years, Ronnie Moore, Bobby Williamson, they're all written off by other clubs. Alan Lee, Michael Smith, all went on to be legends for us. But apart from Michael Smith, he was crap. But anyway, moving on. So Bez, what did you score him?
Yeah, I'm just going to give it a 5, just below average, because I agree with everything you said, Lean. Obviously, I've already spoken about him on this podcast earlier. I don't think the red card helped his situation, because obviously, as Adam said, he obviously came on to play up front, and he ended up playing a lot further back. So, again, I think that's another reason why you can't really score him. The only issue I've got with him, and I don't think this does come with fitness, is he looks quite slow to me. Like, he did look like he can't get up and down the pitch very well. And I don't think he'll get that back just by, getting fit. And I think that's just his natural speed. So that is my only concern. But I think everything else, just fine. So 5 for me. 5.
John?
Yeah, I completely agree. It's a difficult one to rate, really. He had so few minutes on the pitch, so few minutes with his teammates. The Bolton fans, Cardiff fans were saying, cheerio, enjoy Rotherham, hope it doesn't rain. But I think he'll come good.
They're a sad bunch from that Cardiff, aren't they? No. Jesus.
Get your brollies. I think
and make love to the sheep over there. You know what I mean?
we won't go down that road, Lee. But I think if he gets up to speed, I think this is interesting what Bez was saying about his speed. I think he's going to be more of a, if we're like 1-1 and we're going to try and go long, he's going to be holding it up. So a bit like Hugill in that essence. But I don't think he's going to be running back defending every 5 minutes either.
Well, I did notice actually, you just reminded me there, John. Remember last week, obviously, Adam, we were talking about the style of play at Accrington, and I was saying the same about Aggregate. I didn't see any of that in Saturday's game. So where they were trying to play the ball out from the back and the goalkeeper was playing it to the centre backs, I didn't see any of that on Saturday. So it's almost like they've tried something pre-season and decided to go against it.
Yeah, I know. They need to make their minds up, really.
Joshua rated him a 5. Rotherham Gaming a 4. Joshua, Cardiff fans describe him as a false nine who can't be a target man.
Hey,
Yeah, that's
can't be a target man. Have you seen the size of him?
yeah. Apparently, he doesn't win many headers, is what the Cardiff fans are saying. But I don't know.
And he's going to be and he's not going to be eligible to play against Cardiff, is he? To nod one in, that'd be hilarious if he just went up to 93rd minute and absolutely spunked one in off his head.
I'm just gonna. Obviously, we've got the section where we're gonna discuss some tweets. But seeing as this does tie into this player, I'm gonna read this tweet out to you now and
Here we go.
have your thoughts on it. So we've got Smith98_ at Josh. Generally seeing people cry about Atite, despite the fact he's not met any of his teammates until 2 hours before the game. Judging when he's up to speed, not after 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Where we couldn't get out of his own half. James and Hall man of match for me yesterday. Our fans and a laughing face emoji. So I kind of agree with what Josh's saying. I don't think we can kind of judge him, and the fans have scored him as a 4 as well. And I think it is a bit harsh. He come on when we were under the cosh. He's not trained with the team. He doesn't know what style of play we play. He hasn't trained with them. He was kind of. There were no service to him. It weren't like we were going on the attack. So I think it is a very difficult one to rate him on, to be fair. So it is a bit of a harsh. Josh, Atite needs an opinion on him when he's fully fit and got a run of games. I think, that's what we agree with. Yeah. He's not even met his teammates. He's bullied us previously. And like I think Adam said, he's been good against us. So I think he could turn out to be a good signing, if I'm honest. Yeah. I'm not subscribing to that appearance as my opinion on him. I think we need to see him given a proper run of game time and be fully fit.
I think he'll start Tuesday. Tuesday.
Possibly. Benson? Bez?
Again, you probably can't. He got longer than Atite. I felt when he was on the ball, he looked quite comfortable. I don't think he got on the ball too much, but again, that's because they were pressing. I'd just give him a 6, just dang average, really. He did try and play football, and I can remember a couple of times where he was trying to kind of spread the flag from one side of the pitch to the other side. So, yeah, I like what I saw, but again, I don't think you can judge him on the half an hour that he got.
Adam?
Yeah, I think what Ben said, there were a couple of balls where Benson, I think it was a long ball, he tried to put through it right. I think there's promise there, definitely. I think it's a good signing, very good signing for us. He can come on. Pre-season, he'll look good. He's got some nice skills. But yeah, I think Saturday, difficult to judge him. 6.5. I think he did what he had to do when he come on.
Scott Kent, we don't play on Tuesday, John.
Next Tuesday. It's next Tuesday.
No, we haven't got a game Tuesday now.
Yeah, Tuesday.
Next Tuesday.
Yeah, I didn't specify which Tuesday. It's Tuesday.
Rotherham Gaming, he scored him a 4. Josh,
not 1. Fucking hell.
John, what did you rate him, Benson?
I sit, as you've seen from the photos on what I sit right on the halfway line. So unfortunately for me, he's going to get a nice 4.5. And the reason I tell you he's getting a 4.5, Adam, he looked, and again, his first game, he looked sluggish. He gave the ball away 2 or 3 times. He looked a bit lost. He looked as if and again, maybe not his fault entirely, like the instructions he was given weren't how he plays. So, the sit back. I don't know. For me, if we can keep him fit, he could be a real asset. If we don't, he's going to be warming that bench in the training facilities.
So the fans scored him a 5, and I kind of, it's a difficult, again, he's come on to the game when we're not on top. We're against it a little bit. I think he is a good signing if we can keep him fit. And again, that's a big if.
Yeah.
You listen to the Barnsley fans, he's got all the ability in the world, but if he's not on the pitch, what's the point? and I don't think he's fully fit. I think that's why he looks sluggish. I think if he is fully fit, he would start for us, if I'm honest.
What did you give him, Lee?
I give him a 5.
Okay.
Same as the fans give him 5 as well. We watched the same half. He wouldn't cross the ball and practically fed them their goal. Your thoughts on that?
He'll have to elaborate. I don't know what he means by that.
Yeah, I think he's saying that he must have given the ball away leading up to their goal.
He did lose the ball, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yearwood. We'll start with you, John.
5.
5.
Yeah.
Adam, 5.
No, I'll go 6. I like Yearwood. I think he didn't seem to have a bit of fitness. He got up and down. I mean, where else? He made an absolute fantastic tackle from their right winger. I think it's just he's new. He's got to get used to his teammates. I think, again, a good sign. I think there's a lot to see from him.
Yeah.
I totally agree. I'd give him a 6 as well. He's one of them players who he looks like he's got something about him. So, yeah, 6.
Yeah, I think the fans are agreeing. Josh, 6. Rotherham Gaming, 5. Josh got stuck in. Yeah, I would have given him a 6. I think he got stuck in. He did a little bit more. He seemed to have a little bit more energy than Benson. He seemed to get about the pitch a bit better. Hence the extra mark. The fans also did score him a 6.
Wow.
And then the other 2, we've got Coletta, who come on. Bez, thoughts on him?
Yeah, last 2, you've got Coletta and Marta, and I don't think either of them really got involved in games, so I'd just give them a 5. Vote for him personally.
Yeah, the fans voted both for 5 for each of them. Does anybody disagree with that?
No, I think Marty looks absolutely tiny, bless him. He's like,
yeah.
They're bringing on, he looked literally like a 14, 15-year-old. He's so skinny and so tiny. I know Matt said they're going to try and beef him up a bit, but I think he will be obviously
beef him up.
Get them bigger. So I do think both of them in the future, when they've got used to their teammates, when they've got obviously they've never played championship football, when they get a few games on the belts, I think they're going to be good signings.
Do we know actually what we've signed him at to play? What position? Because he went up front.
Yeah, he's a left winger.
Yeah, right. left winger if we change formation.
Yeah.
Right.
I think the reason behind that was because the ball wasn't sticking up front, and I think he wanted to get someone with some pace in. So if he knocked the ball long, he could run onto it. I don't think it worked. But to be fair, if he's never played up front in his life, he's not gonna adapt to it straight away. So that's probably why it didn't work.
Yeah, and again, they've only had 2 or 3 training sessions. They've probably never been in front of crowd. Well, they obviously never have been in front of crowd at New York Stadium. So I just think the more games they get, the better we'll see it.
No, it was more the question of because of obviously the conference after, he was saying we're looking at getting 2 or 3 more in. Obviously, his centre back is a key issue, but he was then mentioning attackers, and I'm just thinking in my mind, where's he want this young lad to come on and influence? Do you know what I mean?
Well, they definitely need a striker now, because if Nombe's out for 2 to 3 weeks, they've literally got Hugill. That's it. They're not going to strike.
And then again, we go back to the original conversation earlier. What formation does that leave us playing?
Well, it's going to be. I mean, me and my friends, we think it's going to be like a 3-6-1. Which
oh God!
I don't think goes down very well. But you're going to have Hugill as your number 9. Dan God will be off him, and then you've got your 3 centre midfielders with 2 wing backs.
Yeah. Josh says McCuckin's back.
Is it? I think he's in training, is he? I think he said he was in training.
Yeah, he's back on soft grass training. Yeah.
So he's still going to be a few weeks away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we definitely need a striker. Because, like I say, we're short in that area. We definitely need a centre-back.
Goalkeeper, do we need one?
No, I don't think we do.
You're happy with Dawson?
The goalkeeper's hard.
I wouldn't say I'm happy with Dawson, but I think he's just an average League One keeper.
Or maybe
I think he'll do all right.
I think he's slightly lower than that, personally. But only by a little bit. Bottom half League One is what I'd say.
He's been promoted out of League One though.
He has, I know, and I said that on the last podcast. But he's. I would argue that his ability's gone backwards since then. I'd argue.
Stick can up front. Somebody's just put stick can up front.
Yeah. So the next segment, we're going to run through a quick couple of tweets, but before that, we're going to go on to who we all are picking as team of the week. So whose performance this week in League One has been the standout performance? I'll start with Bez.
I've gone Barnsley because
great result.
I think Barnsley are in a similar situation to Rotherham. I thought they'd struggle this season. Plymouth are one of the favourites to go up. Not only did Barnsley go down there and win, they went down there and won with 10 men for like half an hour. So, yeah, Barnsley for me.
Yeah. Adam?
Yeah, I also went same, looking through it, because I had Cale O'Donnell as my captain in my AFL team, 22 points, which were nice, and I thought exactly the same. Barnsley to go away at Wigan, 10 men, 3-1 result when Plymouth won at
Plymouth.
Plymouth won at favourites to go up, so I thought, yeah, that was a fantastic result.
John?
I wasn't aware that this was going to be asked, but now you have. I think, yeah, Barnsley, great result, but and I know you're going to be like, well, this is a typical John response, but I think for me, Huddersfield, 3-0. I feel like they are going to fly the league with the amount of money they've spent, but it can go either way, that result. I think first game, you don't really know where you're heading, but I think that's a good marker point for Huddersfield.
Yeah, I went with Huddersfield as well. I think Leyton Orient, they're going to be upset because obviously one of our pundits has put them to go down and they've lost 3-0. So he's been tweeting about that to them all week. So it's winding them up. Joshua also said Huddersfield. I think it is a good result. Yeah, so I think you could pick either Huddersfield or Barnsley.
Yeah. I say Barnsley very close, very close.
Yeah. Shock of the week. So what team shocked you the most this weekend? And I'll start with mine. I picked Stevenage. They won away at Blackpool, who are highly fancied. Yeah. I think that's a cracking result. I think they won 3-2 there. We've got them next, so that's fun. Without
Nombe and centre back.
Yeah, no centre back. Adam, shock of the week.
I'll go for Lincoln. Their 2-0 home win against Reading. So I know Reading's got a few new signings in. I thought Lincoln, what I saw on highlights, they look solid. So I think they'll be maybe not there, but top 10.
I actually went for a League Two side, to be honest. I went for Harrogate Town because I said on this podcast last week that I think Harrogate will be almost the first team to get relegated. When we saw it in pre-season, they were woeful. Not just the Rotherham game, they were woeful in the game against Barnsley and a couple of the pre-season games. And they've gone to Bristol Rovers away, who came down and won 1-0. So Harrogate, I mean.
Super. Scott Kent said Burton for him. That's a good call. They beat Mansfield. It's kind of a localish derby, that as well.
Did you see the stats that game? I mean, look at the stats. Mansfield absolutely battered him. Just couldn't score.
Another one I'll quickly add, Oldham away at MK Dons. I know MK Dons.
0-0, wasn't it?
They got all this money in, and they say, Paul Warren's going to ham at league. They're big favourites. And
he's getting some stick.
already.
Well, what I would say is, like, you've got, with MK Dons, like, they've actually signed a lot of players, so they might start poorly because they need time to players to gel. So it's not, when you think of it like that, it's not that much of a surprise, really.
Warney will bottle it, Scott Kent says.
We'll see.
Well, if he doesn't get promoted with that team, he won't sack him.
Oh, I know.
With that sort of finance. Have I asked yours, Bez?
Not me.
Yeah,
You've asked them to.
Harrogate Town, yeah.
Yeah, sorry, John.
This is going to sound really biased, but because it was our first game of the season, Honestly, Rotherham.
Rotherham.
Oh,
Fair play. Well, which brings me on to player of the week, and I'm going to go Sam Nombe Rotherham. 2 goals, top scorer in the league. There you go. Have it.
Well, Lee, I'm going to go for the other top goal scorer in our league, and that's Jamie Reid, because he got 2 for Stevenage.
Oh, yeah, Jamie, he's a good player, him. He's a good player.
Yeah,
Target man, yeah.
Adam?
yeah, I'm going to go Sam as well. Just think he's gonna get. I think he's going to get 20 this year. Where he's playing, so unfortunately the injury, but I think if he obviously gets back from this injury, he's fine in 2 weeks, and he can play every game this season, he's going to be leading goal scorer in League One.
Super. Right, on to the final segment before we go. We're going to go through tweets of the week. So I asked you to send me a tweet that either tickled you, annoyed you, you thought it was good, whichever. So we're going to go with Andy Kirk, first one. Fair play to all the Millers fans today who have been wearing the fake shirts, lining the pockets of the scammers. The fake ones are easy to spot, colours are different, and so are the badges, not to mention the quality of the shirt. Call yourself Millers fans, wouldn't you rather give it to your club? I'll start with John. Go on, John.
Do we have to start with? Can I hear what these have to say, and then I'll have my input? Because I feel like they might be different to what I'm going to say.
Go on then, Adam. Jump in. Save him.
Well, I have bought a few from the famous Chinese websites, not Rotherham, but other clubs. And I went in Sports Direct with one of them, and it's absolutely identical. So I bought Celtic by Munich, Brazil, and they're absolutely identical. I've not bought a Rotherham one because I will. I mean, Rotherham's, although it's a bit more expensive at £50, I have bought the away one. But the other ones, like Chef Wednesday, £72, I can see they've only sold apparently 50 kits this year from the official store when you can buy them for a tenner. And I bought my mate a few last year, who was a Chef Wednesday fan. And we went into Wednesday's store with these fake ones. And there was little tiny details. Colours are exact same, so I don't know if this person's getting colours from a different site, but colours were exact same. Rotherham-wise, yeah, I only buy from Club Shop, but others, when they're making millions, and just if obviously for your kids shirts are 50 quid for kit when you can get them for a tenner, who's not struggling in this time apart from Bushy?
No comment. Yes.
I think there's 2 ways to look at it, actually. First of all, does it bother me if someone goes and buys a Rotherham shirt from a different website? No, I couldn't really care less. What I would say, though, is I do agree with your point, Lee, where you don't want to put money into the chairman's pocket, so to speak. He doesn't really spend his own money. I know he spent a bit of money this season, but ignoring that, he don't really spend his own money. So I do get that point. However, on the flip side of that, if you do buy a shirt from this Chinese website as opposed to getting it from the Rotherham Club shop, I think that takes away your right to complain at the chairman for not spending money, because you can't have it both ways. So if you want to take your money elsewhere, great, but you can't complain that Tony Stewart is not then spending money on players. That's how I would look at it.
John.
He's chewing at his pen.
He makes.
He's trying to sit on the fence here. There's no sit. This is a no holds barred.
No, the thing is, right.
And I'll let you compose yourself. So, forgot that everyone has £50 to spare, bloody muppet.
Yeah, exactly.
Probably wears armbands in the bath. Go on, John.
Okay, so obviously this is my tweet of the week. No, this is why I wanted your guys' input first. So I'll be the first one to say, going back to Baz's, you can't complain at the chairman for not spending money. I still pay my season ticket.
Yeah,
can I not
fine.
complain because I pay my season ticket?
Well, if you look, it's not about spending a little bit of money. The fact on the point I'm trying to make is Rotherham, like Tony Stewart can come out tomorrow and say, right, like he'll get a question from League Rush. League Rush says, Tony, why not spend any money? If he then turns around and says, well, I'm not spending money because our merchandise sales have gone down, then what are you going to say to that?
I would say, well, you need to the prices are way off then, because if you're selling,
just on that point, what Joshua said, anyone who's struggling for money, I completely get it. Go to the Chinese website and buy. I'm not telling them not to. And look, it doesn't really matter to me if they do then complain about the chairman not spending money. I'm not that bothered. It was just my point of view. And as I even said, I don't really care. I understand why people do it. I'm trying to put a different perspective on it. That's all.
I appreciate, and I get, and this is
I'm not going to give the people money, but then I want them to spend money.
Yeah, but this is what this person was saying on the Facebook group, right? He's basically making the same point as yourself. Don't complain about chairman. You're buying your season ticket, but you can't afford a shirt. All this nonsense. But for me, as a dad, I've got 2 kids. Sophia, I bought her the blue home the kit last season. Loves it. I got a signed one from the year. She's grown out with it in 6 months. So for me, I was gone from working full time. Earning £45,000 a year to jobless because of my health. Like you're saying, well, 50 quid's 50 quid. That's a food shop. But then I don't know. For me, do I feel bad? No. And yes, I'll probably say the chairman's not spending enough, but I still pay my season ticket.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's a difficult one. I'll read this post out. At least everyone who gets the fake shirts has them already. I'm still waiting for my black and white kit.
Yeah, I've got mine upstairs.
Yeah, it's club merchandise at Rotherham is whoever the merchandise manager needs going like Paul Douglas, because
Steve Coakley, I believe he's called.
You need.
It's poor though, isn't it?
The director.
It's shocking.
It's poor. It is poor. What have they delayed by 2 weeks again?
The advertiser shirts, you're going for one. They've only got 3XL in. What are you going to do then? Oh, when's next in? Oh, we don't know. So then you're thinking, oh, I can't get a shirt online. It's here in 3 weeks anyway for 12 quid. And yeah, like John says, you've got 3 kids. They all want kits, and you want a kit.
2.
I know. If you have 3 kids though, it's like 200 quid.
Yeah.
You want shorts and socks and all. You want away kits.
Okay. Let me ask you a question then, John. So I actually agree that I think the kit, just the shirt by itself now for an adult, I think it's 60 quid now, is it? Which is really expensive, right? So in your opinion, what's an acceptable price? So to buy an adult shirt, and then let's say you get the kids' shorts and socks, what do you think is an acceptable price to get all that?
Well, for the kiddies one.
Well, just in total. So, how much do you think is acceptable to pay for?
Probably about for both. I'd say 45 for the adult, 15, so 60 quid.
Okay, so I suppose the adult then. I know the kids are a bit off, but the adult is not that far off what you'd want to anyway, is it? Really?
No, but don't get me wrong, right? I have bought the blue one from last year because I love it. Absolutely love that kit. But this year, we've got to be realistic, right? We're in a climate where, the season, it's, by the way, it's subsidized because of the health, right? So I'm not paying the full whack. But you're in a society where everything, you go to Tesco, the price of bread's gone up 20p by the time you've gone around the shop twice. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So, and also, you've got to think as well, we're the highest League One ticket prices currently. If you broke down the prices per game, we're the highest League One prices, and we're meant to be going up to the champ. We haven't lowered our prices. Our season tickets are the highest, and then to top it all,
I agree with John, because I think to then put it back on, you're asking the chairman to spend money, but people won't buy shirts. But the fact of the matter is, Rotherham is probably one of the most deprived towns
I'd
in the
agree with
north
that.
of England, yeah. People haven't got that much money, but they're paying higher ticket prices than people that are earning 70, 80 grand in London going supporting Leyton Orient or somebody like that. So I think the fans have actually backed Tony Stewart by buying season tickets and still getting sort of nearly 10,000, whatever is in the ground.
Yeah.
They've bought tickets and they are, but you can't. I don't think personally. I don't know what it's like where people have got to make a decision whether they're going to eat at a weekend or do something else with that money. So I think it's inhumane of people to then say that person's bought a cheap shirt because he can't afford it, but actually he's probably going without other treats just so he can go to the game on a We've got to respect that for people of Rotherham
I agree.
that haven't got that money. Like I said, and people are going to laugh because obviously it's me and there's a vendetta about me and my money or whatever. Actually, my dad purchased me a fake shirt, but he said to me, he said, "Oh, it's part of your birthday present." He got me some other stuff. He said, "I've ordered them. See what it's like. If you don't like it, go and buy it. Go and buy one yourself at the club shop." I said, "Well, I'm not buying it. Because I don't want to purchase stuff at the club shop, and I'm not going to go to any home games until I see Tony Stewart showing some ambition. I will go to the away games, but I'm not putting money into the club for Rotherham United until he shows some ambition." Because it's all well and good telling people you can't wear fake shirts, and you've got a chairman and his son swarming around in a Lamborghini around Rotherham where his car's worth more than most people's houses.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I agree with you, John. I think families will make decisions based upon what they can afford. And if they can afford a cheap shirt, who am I to judge them? I'm not here to judge anybody. If they want to do that, fair play to them. Your family comes first before football. You've got to make sure your family's sorted, and then obviously whatever's left for your enjoyment at weekend. If it's only been able to afford a cheap shirt that's discoloured or a ticket, so be it.
Yeah. What I would say, and I know we're going to move on so quickly, is about, and I mentioned it on the other podcast. We had a laugh about the the Centurion year. What actually have we had the Centurion year? Me and you talked about it pre-podcast, Lee, with regards. All we've had is buy this, buy this, buy this, buy this, buy a dinner, buy that. What actually, apart from the flag on Saturday, which is brand new, and the kids' flags, as fans, what have we received back? A personalised email.
I mean, I was shocked at the stadium picture you sent me. It was filthy. Opening day of the season, the stadium's filthy.
It's embarrassing.
Yeah, what's going off? And when are the club going to actually do something this centenary just for the fans, where they don't have to spend money?
Yeah, exactly.
It could even be something silly as a barbecue at the stadium with the players and everybody's
a family day, something.
Yeah, family day, anything like that. But there's been nothing. I'll just run through a couple of comments before we go on to the next treat. At the end of the day, knockoff kits are legit shirts. I would rather see people wearing the shirt to support the team than not. Why also they get offended about what others are wearing? We are paying premium prices for League One. We back them enough. And I think that's what we've agreed.
Yeah.
I don't think we should be here slagging his own fans off. I get slagged off enough from my own fans. But I don't think
slagging the fans off.
No, yeah, it shouldn't be.
No, but it just gives that impression like you're better. Not you personally, but like, I'm better than you because I've got a real kit on. Well, no, you're not, mate. And this is, you can't be better than somebody else. I still went to the game with my daughter Saturday.
So Andy Kirk, stop thinking you're better than everybody else. Because I've probably got a better car than you and a better house than you, and I'm not bragging about it. Right.
But you won't go to the game.
I'm not going to the game now. I'm scared, don't forget. I'm scared I might get beat
up. You are. There. All the women, mate. All the women.
all the women. Oh, Adam's got some. Actually, went out in Sheffield and got some women because of me. So he owes me a drink, I think.
Yes.
He's famous now. So the next tweet was Miller 83862. Do we get people calling Hampshire a bully for calling out players in the press like they did with Evans, or is it not included in the Colts notebook? I'll do that one with you, Adam.
I don't know. It's a tough one, that. I think first game of season, I don't think he should have done it, to be honest. But yeah, if it were Evans that did it and he got absolutely slated, but is it because... I don't know. It's a difficult one, buddy. I wouldn't have done it personally, but obviously I didn't know Hampshire's situation. But yeah, I think he should get something come back. Because obviously it's his tactics. But obviously when Jules and... He couldn't have said Jules and Dawson were messing about like that. And Jules pulling him back. I think he shouldn't have said it the first game. I think if we would have got beat, by all means... Because we won and he's saying it, yeah, it's a bit of a sticky subject, that one. His first, on his new season, first game and a win. I think it could have been a bit more positive.
Bez?
I ain't really got an opinion on it, to be honest with you.
No, John.
No. So to add some context to the situation, he didn't slate the players. He said the mistake from Jules to get the yellow card was silly. And then he said, obviously, why were we time wasting? But the tweet refers to pre-season, because again, this was related to myself. I asked him and I said, well, what you can't compare the two. So pre-season, Matt came out and said the players' commitment, the drive, the whatever, it wasn't up to scratch. So then we go to the first game week and he's there going, well, the mistake is unacceptable, which I agree. The mistake is unacceptable. They could have lost us the game. I don't think maybe because it's game week 1, maybe shouldn't be said, but I don't see it as he's not saying I blame you for the entire game. He's not saying that, is he? Like Evans would be like Cam Humphries, it's all your fault. You're binned. Do you know what I mean? So I admire him for saying we didn't have the passion, we didn't have the commitment. That's good because he wants to bring that to Rotherham.
Yeah, well, my view on it is I think footballers that are paid pretty okay at League One level. I won't say it's fantastic, but it's okay. But if you're not doing your job correctly, you should be called out. I didn't have a problem with Evans doing it, and I won't have a problem with Matt Hampshire doing it. At some stage, if players aren't performing, what, are we just going to live in cow cuckoo land and not call them out? They're happy to take the praise. They're happy to take the plaudits. If they're not performing, as a manager, that's his job. And if he wasn't calling players out, then I wouldn't be wanting him as a manager, if I'm honest, because I think far too often Paul Warren used to back them to the hill. He'd not slag the players off. And Evans did it to a greater degree. But do I believe Steve Evans was a bully? No. I believe he was a manager that wanted to win, and that's what I want. And if Matt Hampshire ain't going to do that, I don't want him as manager either. I want a winner. I go to watch Rotherham United to watch them win. I don't go to watch them to draw. I don't go to watch them to lose. I go to watch them to win. And if they don't win, I want a manager that's got the balls to tell them they ain't cutting it. And if they don't start pulling the socks up, then they won't be playing next week. Mm-hmm. Joshua, to be fair, if your senior players can't step up, what do you expect? Yeah, totally agree. I ain't got a problem with it. I think the post tweet is more at the fact that obviously the sort of worn cult as degree is basically I don't even know.
I think maybe you should have kept it a bit in house. For the first, obviously, if they did do a horrendous mistake, because Evans used to call that in press all the time, Bramall and Humphries, just to name two. I think, if you're not doing
they deserved it, Adam. They deserved it. I mean, Humphries at times last season was an absolute disgrace. I wouldn't have paid him some weeks. I said to Tony Stewart, "Yeah, I'll get you a few extra quid. We'll change his bank details, and you can have the money, and we'll split it between us." I won't pay him because it was that bad. Do you know what I mean? So,
Could he get 50 shirts outside the front for free?
yeah. Fake ones though. Don't give them real ones.
Yeah.
That would be Tony Stewart, that, wouldn't it?
So I think we've got one more tweet to do, and then we'll go for his predictions for the next game in the league against Stevenage. This one's all about League One 25. Plymouth Argyle player Brendan Wiradu, that's what we was linked with, appears to have removed himself from all social media. Shame to see that he's been affected by abuse directed to him in his debut game. So that was the lad that we were close to signing, and obviously Plymouth, who were going to walk the league, who lost at the weekend, have now been abusing him. I believe he scored an own goal.
Yeah, we've seen it.
Yeah.
We've seen that
yeah. Is it a howler?
Wait,
well, it should have been.
Sunday
League player wouldn't have done that. A Sunday League player would not have scored an own goal like that. Literally, he could have tried to hook it with his left foot, tap it out. He's literally hit it, and it's swam around keeper and gone in.
Wow.
Yeah, there were no one around him. Like it's a cross into the box. There's no one around him. He ends up throwing it in his own net.
Jesus.
He doesn't mean a lot to me. I mean, I'll be honest, I was someone who wanted to sign him when I knew we were interested, and I was very disappointed when he signed for Plymouth. One game doesn't change my opinion of that. Where the fans have kind of had a go at him, if they've gone over the top, then that is unacceptable. And it does sound like Plymouth fans are a little bit of sore losers. That's what it feels like to me.
Yeah, I mean, I had a bit of interaction with them on Twitter, and they were telling me they was going to walk the league and this, that, and the other, and they lost to Barnsley. You know
You know what? I actually I still think Plymouth will do well, but I'm concerned for the manager because I'm not sure. Yes, he did a good job at Watford, but this is a League One team, and it's a hard league to get out of. It's nothing like the Championship. So I think the manager might struggle, to be honest. That's where I think they're weak.
I think they've signed another player today.
Who, Plymouth have?
Yeah, I can't. I just remember seeing it. I only skipped through it. So
back to that weirdo. Yeah, he got took off at half time as well.
Oh, did he? He got booked as well, didn't he?
I like the badge. I had to ask John what it was for, but I like it.
He's on about
he was on about the crest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the centenary one.
That one as such.
Yeah, I think they have done a good job with the crest. I think
agreed. Yeah.
What I would say about this tweet, and I'm going to put my Rotherham hat on here a little bit because I know how fickle our fans can be. If Hall had the same debut, scores an own goal, gets a booking, starts fighting with the midfielder, I'm sure our Twitter fans would be saying the exact same thing.
Yeah.
However, what I do not agree with is when there's a personal, it crosses that line of, okay, you can shout abuse at them at the ground, you can tell them whatever the crap, right? But if you're personally messaging them after the game saying, you know, real personal insults, I think you're crossing the line a little bit, well, a lot actually. But again, they play football publicly. My controversial side here would say, surely, without crossing the line, they can take a little bit of criticism publicly.
Joshua says he doesn't condone.
Was it racist?
So
was it racist?
Yes. Yeah, it was racist.
Well, then that's a big no. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know exactly what it was. It just
I didn't know the context of what I'd seen that they'd
social media. But if he is receiving racial abuse, that's the people should be sort of banned if they are doing that. I didn't realise that obviously racist comments were being made. Don't condone racism. Yeah, totally agree. If he has received racist abuse.
But he could have had that game anyway. It could have been his first game or his 50th game.
Now.
Do you know what I mean? It could have been his first game or his 50th game. I think he needs, like our players and every other team who've signed people, he's going to need time to settle in.
Yeah. It's the first game of the season. Like I said in my pre-match thing, I'm not getting too carried away with the win. And at the same token, I'm not getting too downbeat with the negatives of the game because it is the first game. We've got to be happy that we've got the win, which I'm more than happy that we got the win. And obviously on to the next game, which brings us on to our score predictions for Rotherham's next game. I'll start with Bez. What are you predicting? We've got potentially no Sam Nombe.
Stevenage away. So I'll start with the Sam Nombe then. So I guess if Sam Nombe is missing, then it is a big concern. I can't see us scoring a lot of goals if he's not playing. I'm actually going to assume that he does play because I'm pretty sure he took a knock. So because of that, and because Stevenage have just got a brilliant result at Blackpool, I think Rotherham will get a draw out of this game, 1-1.
1-1.
Mm-hmm.
Adam?
Yeah, I was just thinking that as well. 1-1's, I'm going to go for 1-1 because obviously it doesn't look like Sam's going to play.
And who's going to be the goal scorer? Bez first.
Our goal scorer is going to be Joe Powell. Yeah.
Adam?
I'll say Dango Screamer.
Not just the Dango goal, the Screamer.
Yeah.
So Stevenage was my first ever away game last year. So I know that stadium, when the crowd's going, is going to be a tough atmosphere for those new lads. However, I think Rotherham might get a result 1-0. And he'll surprise you who I think will score. Hugill.
Yes. Well, I'm going 1-0 Jordan Hugill winner. And so is Joshua. He's gone 1-0 Hugill header, a Tite assist. Is it a Tite? Am I saying his name right?
That's something like that.
Tete.
Assist. So I think we'll win 1-0 as well. So I'm with John, 1-0.
Let's just hope it's not another 400 days of away day losses or whatever it was.
Yeah, that's it.
Who's going to the away game?
No.
I'm looking into it.
I'm
Have
away.
we still got tickets available?
I'm not in the country,
I've got mine. Yeah.
I will be on the beach.
On his yacht.
I'll be on the beach, but I'm sure
he's going to the factories to check up on his fake shirts.
Yeah. I'm seeing if there's any more fake shirts I can get. So we will be live again tomorrow. That's a Sheffield Wednesday special, so just keep your ears shut. We've got a couple of Wednesday fans on that are going to discuss the current situation of that football club. That'll be live from 8. And then Thursday we will be live again with the other teams, the Premiership teams. And then next Monday, I believe John will probably be hosting it because I'll be on holiday. So we may have another guest on, Rotherham guest as well, but that's to be decided. Has anybody got anything else before we end this evening's live?
Just
anybody
one
got any
thing.
other? Yeah.
Did anyone else notice, obviously, with the game, the first game of the season, obviously I were living abroad, but the first home game of the season, from 2021 till Saturday, I've never seen it so empty. I was looking around and see the spaces everywhere now. Is that? I was thinking, what do you think? Why is it like that now?
Yeah, I said that to John because he's. I said it looked because I was watching it on the TV and it just looked so empty. I was surprised.
There's so many empty seats.
The attendance was what it was because it didn't look as full as that.
They were stuck. It's because they were stuck outside because of the new system.
Right, so a lot was stuck out. Even halfway through the game, it didn't look.
I mean, new system's a lot easier because you used to put your either season ticket under with your phone or your ticket, sometimes it won't scan. Now it's literally bang, like you're paying for something on your phone. Bang, it's done in a second. I was straight through, and there were no queues where I were.
Well,
I don't know.
it's
Yeah,
always-
but I do agree. It did look quite sparse.
We did say
We still got more than
10,000.
Donny. Still bigger attendance than Doncaster.
Yeah, but I don't think there were 9,000 there. I just
No, they
think
weren't.
sometimes
They were.
they just put an extra 1,000.
Well, no, they do account season ticket holders who don't go. You know, they have to because
But
they've
is that
already
when you
paid
think
for it.
it's an holiday?
Yeah, first game in
Yeah.
it. Summer holidays.
Yeah, a lot of people are still away, I guess. I think a fair few people are away that I know that have got season tickets, but they didn't go to the game. So that's everything for this evening. Please, if you've watched the live, give us a like and also subscribe. That'll be much appreciated. And we will see you again.